Hello, I'm Daniel. Have you ever had one of those days where you just feel flat? Like the world is in grayscale? You check your phone, maybe you eat a snack, you wait for something to happen, some spark, some sign that says, yes, this is it, this is happiness. And it doesn't come. So you think, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe happiness is for other people. The always smiling people in the adverts. What if I told you that you're not broken? That this search, this very feeling of something being just out of reach, is the most human thing in the world? And what if the map we've been given to find happiness is upside down? Let's talk about it. Not as a goal, but as a weather. Not as a destination, but as a direction you're facing. I want to walk with you through this, step by step, with simple words and stories we all know. Because this isn't about complex philosophy. It's about the quiet moment when you taste your coffee and it's just right. The absurd laugh you let out when you drop your toast and it lands, of course, butter side down on the clean floor. That sigh after a long day when you finally sit down. Those are clues. Little postcards from a place we already live in but forget to notice. Think of your mind like a sky. Some days it's clear blue, boundless. Some days it's covered with thick, gray clouds. We spend so much of our lives trying to paint the clouds blue, trying to fix the weather, that we exhaust ourselves. We forget a fundamental truth. The sky itself, the vast awareness behind the clouds, is always clear. It's always undisturbed. The clouds, our busy thoughts, our worries, our I'll be happy when stories, they pass through. They're not the sky. Happiness isn't about having a perpetually blue sky. That's impossible. It's about knowing, deeply knowing, that you are the sky, not the storm passing through. I remember a story about a farmer. His horse, his only horse, runs away. His neighbors come and say, "Oh, what terrible luck." The farmer just shrugs. Maybe yes, maybe no. A week later, the horse returns, bringing with it 3 wild horses. The neighbors celebrate. What amazing luck. The farmer just says, maybe yes, maybe no. The farmer's son tries to tame one of the wild horses, falls off, and breaks his leg. Such misfortune, cry the neighbors. Maybe yes, maybe no, says the farmer. Soon after, the army comes through, conscripting all young men for a war. They see the son's broken leg and leave him behind. The neighbors are astonished at his good fortune. And the farmer, well, you know what he says. We're like those neighbors. We label every event, good, bad, a step toward happiness, a step away from it. We're constantly writing the story of our life, judging each chapter before the book is finished. The farmer, he wasn't passive. He wasn't unfeeling, but he held the event lightly. He didn't immediately glue it to a permanent story about his life. He left room for the unknown. That space, that maybe yes, maybe no, is where peace lives. It's a form of happiness that isn't dependent on the horse being in the stable or running free. It's a happiness of perspective. So much of our modern self-help world tells us to think positive. It's like being told to only breathe in. Breathe in joy, breathe in gratitude, breathe in light. But you can't. You have to exhale. You have to make room. The poet Rumi said it beautifully centuries ago. Your heart is the size of an ocean. Go find yourself in its hidden depths. The ocean has waves, some towering and terrifying, some calm and gentle. It has deep, dark trenches and sunlit shallow waters. It is all of it. It doesn't reject the storm wave, calling it a bad wave. It contains it. It is moved by it, but it is not destroyed by it. Our culture teaches us to cling to the sunlit shallow waters and pretend the trenches don't exist. No wonder we feel like we're drowning when a storm comes. We're fighting against the very nature of our own ocean. Let me give you a simple, silly example from my own life. I used to hate traffic. Really hate it. My knuckles would be white on the steering wheel. I'd curse and fume. My happiness for the entire evening would be stolen by a 20-minute delay. I was trying to paint the cloud blue. I was trying to command the traffic to disappear. One day, the radio was broken. Nothing to listen to. And I just gave up. I stopped fighting. I looked around. I saw a man in the car next to me singing his heart out, completely off key. I saw the way the sunset hit the windows of the buildings, turning them to gold. I noticed my own breath, shallow, and tense. And I took a deeper one. The traffic hadn't moved an inch, but everything had changed. I wasn't stuck in traffic. I was the traffic. I was part of this weird, messy, temporary sculpture of metal and people all trying to get somewhere. And in that moment, there was nowhere else to be. There was a strange kind of contentment. Not joy, not excitement, but an absence of war. I had called a truce with reality. That's a secret no one tells you. A lot of happiness is just the quiet that comes when you stop arguing with what is. The argument is what hurts. The dropped spoon, the late bus, the rainy picnic, the critical comment. The event is one thing. Our inner protest against it, our "this shouldn't be happening," is what causes the real suffering. It's like banging your head against a wall and then being angry at the wall for the headache. Stop banging. Step away. The wall is just there. This isn't about becoming a doormat. It's about choosing your battles from a place of clarity, not from a reactive storm of emotion. The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who had more problems than any of us, used to practice this. He'd wake up and say to himself, "Today I shall meet interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness." Not because he was a pessimist, but because he was a realist. By expecting the reality of human nature and life's friction, he wouldn't be shattered by it. His happiness, his tranquility, came from his inner citadel, his own judgment, not from the chaos of the external world. He could then act with justice and wisdom, not from a place of hurt anger. His power was in his response. We have it backwards. We think happiness is the prerequisite for a good life. If I'm happy, then I'll be kind. If I'm happy, then I'll work well. If I'm happy, then I'll be a good partner. Flip it. What if those things are the cause, not the result? The philosopher Aristotle didn't talk about feeling happy. He talked about eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing. It's not a warm, fuzzy feeling. It's the deep satisfaction that comes from living in accordance with your virtues, from being fully engaged in your life. It's the happiness of the carpenter who sees the finished chair, of the gardener who tends the soil, of the teacher who sees the spark of understanding. It's active. It's found in doing, in engagement, in flow. So, ask yourself not, what will make me happy, but what engages me so fully that I forget to worry about being happy. That thing, that state of flow, is where you'll find a much more reliable kind of joy. It's the difference between eating a chocolate bar, a quick burst of pleasant sensation, and the profound fulfillment of cooking a meal for someone you love. Both have their place, but one is a fleeting visitor, the other is a member of the household. And here's where we get tangled in the biggest knot of all: comparison. It's the thief of all, but especially of this simple, engaged contentment. We don't just compare our lives to our neighbors. We compare our inner weather to everyone else's carefully curated outer highlight reel. We see their blue sky selfie while we're sitting under our own personal rain cloud, and we think, "I'm failing." The Danish have a word for this cozy, contented feeling: hygge. It's the candlelight, the warm socks, the good book, the quiet conversation. It's not flashy. It doesn't photograph as well as a vacation in Bali, but it's a steady, gentle flame. Our modern world shouts about ecstasy, but whispers about peace. We've forgotten how to listen to the whisper. Let's practice. Right now, wherever you are, just stop for a second. Don't change anything. Don't try to feel something. Just notice. Feel the weight of your body on the chair, the temperature of the air on your skin, the faint sounds in the background, the hum of a fridge, a distant car, the sound of your own breath. For these few seconds, there is no problem to solve, nothing to achieve. You're simply here, alive, sensing. This is the ground zero of experience. This is the sky before we paint the clouds of story onto it. In this simple noticing, there's a profound neutrality that is deeply, deeply restful. It's not happiness as we've been sold it. It's simpler. It's okayness. It's the realization that in this very moment, you are fundamentally all right. The thought may arise, but what about my problems? Just watch that thought come, and watch it go like a leaf floating down a stream. Don't jump in the stream after it. Just let it pass. Come back to the weight of the body, the breath, the The sound. This is a home you can always return to. It's always here. This aware, quiet space behind the noisy mind. The happiness chase is like a dog chasing its own tail. Exhausting and pointless. But when the dog lies down, just resting, the tail is right there, always with it. The peace we seek is not ahead of us. It's not in the next job, the next relationship, the next purchase. It's in the lying down, in the stopping, in the radical acceptance of this is what is here right now. In that acceptance, a paradox happens. When you stop insisting that the moment changed for you to be happy, the moment often softens. It becomes workable. It might even become beautiful. A crack in the pavement becomes a miniature canyon for ants. The sound of the dripping tap becomes a rhythm. The loneliness becomes a spaciousness to just be yourself, fully, without any performance. So let's not seek happiness. Let's uncover it. Like an archaeologist brushing dust away from a mosaic that's been there all along. The tools are simple. Notice, breathe, accept the weather. Engage deeply with one small thing. Be kind without an agenda. These aren't grand gestures. They're the quiet turning of a key in a lock you didn't even know was there. The light you've been looking for out there in the world, it's been shining back at you from the page of the book you're reading, from the steam of your tea, from the tired face in the mirror at the end of a long day. It's the light of your own attention. When you place it gently, without demand, on the ordinary fabric of your life, the whole thing shimmers. Not with the blinding light of a firework, but with the soft, enduring glow of a lamp in a window. A light that says, you are here. This is it. And it is, and you are already enough. Oh, bye.